about. And I
Yeah.
just have a bunch of tabs open on this monitor. I was like, well, shit. Like, damn, game industries, calm it down, please. You guys are doing too much, so I can't bitch about Superman.
What's the problem with the gaming industry? It's like they've done so much in the last 5 years, and by much I mean just bullcrap, like useless
Right,
bullcrap. If they're going to done nothing but set cash on fire for the last 5 years, it
exactly.
would
And
got the
then,
same same outcome.
right, and then as I was bringing up, if you look at games like the freaking Expedition 33,
Yep.
the the audio people, the audio guy who made like a bunch of the music in the game,
Hmm.
they just randomly found him on SoundCloud and brought him in to do work for
Yep.
Oh man, that game I was talking about before stream, that Void Stranger,
Yeah.
in the credits, it's done by two Finnish people.
Mhm.
And in the credits, they show all the programs they used, and all of them are basically free programs. Free programs in RPG Maker. So it's like Audacity, and we got this from this, and I got this from this. So I mean, throwing money at the, I feel like this is the inevitable outcome when they tried to invest even more into gaming during the pandemic,
Right.
and and they thought that was going to continue to happen
Hmm.
instead of it being a spike like a lot of other stupid people.
Well, that's the thing. It's like it could have continued on some of it, just not as much as it was. It's just more of you have to just like a lot of different things keep producing like great content. They produce this junk, and
Hmm.
and then I think the other problem is like which we can get into this one too. It's like the golden handcuffs of being acquired. It's like
Hmm.
we're buying you not because we think you're going to do well for us. We just don't want you to. We don't want to
Do
fight you.
other things,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's cheaper to own you than it is to fight you. Hi, Christy.
Hey,
Yeah, it's
Christy,
Monday.
and don't worry, Apica bro, we'll get to that, and I looked into some of that stuff too. We'll go more into it here in a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Games to Africa Bro's heart has been attacked. It's the second. I've never played a game with a female MC when you enforce
That's so fucking stupid.
middle class cups visa. I'd rather die as an American than live like I can't say that word on the purple site.
Yeah, yeah. No, I looked into it. Well, we'll talk about that a little bit more too, but we'll get go into what he's talking about later. Um, but yeah, no, like we don't want you to do other things, or that they put a game into production and just
Mhm.
kept dumping money into it
Yes,
without a set goal for what they want to do with it.
correct. Yeah, yeah. Or what is it? The um, we are going to fund you up to a point. We just want you to state that you can't leave if you wanted to. You need us now. We've put your game in a state with enough junk that you can't. You need us. You need our
Yeah,
infrastructure. You can't. You couldn't leave. Even at your class says you can leave, but we've developed it a way that you can't.
exactly. And then you have, but then you also have the games like, oh, we like your idea, but we need you to put this thing in the game.
Correct.
What?
Yeah.
This thing that completely ruins your artistic vision.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we know you were going to make this open world vampire game, but now it's a team based looter shooter uh, called Redfall. So
Yeah, every filmmaker, every person who ever made a movie or a TV show is now just having PSTD from that.
Yeah, it just give video games more legitimacy that we just had like the same thing that's happened like with movies
yeah,
and TV 20 years ago, basically.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Oh man, are we gonna have to go? Oh, man, because like we are hitting like the TV the show like the malaise era here in a bit. It's
Yeah,
okay.
don't even get me started on the SAG after stuff.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Honestly, it's like I honestly some of like the best movies and TV that I've watched get no theatrical release. They're coming straight to streaming.
Right, the independent stuff,
Yeah, the
the
independent stuff.
smaller stuff.
Yeah,
Dropout TV is all you got to watch, right?
yeah. Dropout.
YouTube and Dropout.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Apparently, K-pop Demon Hunters, the movie on Netflix, people really loved it.
I've seen
There's
it
a-
23 times.
A lot of people I know are like reacting to it. So I've seen a lot of reactors reacting to it. I'm like, okay, what is this?
Recommend it.
Probably not for me.
Yes,
but,
it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's for you. It is so for you, Reinhold. You have no idea. I recommend be careful. Watch it with Mrs. Reinhold. Be careful. Okay. You might start getting up. The dance moves are on TikTok if you want to learn the dance moves. It's for you. Trust me, Reinhold. It's for you. I enjoyed it. It's for me. It's for you. It's for everybody. Everybody can watch it. You'll love it. Trust me.
Yeah,
I might try to. I'm stuck in my latest obsession. I'm gonna have to get through it before I can get on to something else.
Oh, this will be your new obsession.
I'm scared to ask what your new obsession is, Reinhold.
Severance.
Okay, that's fair.
I found a way to watch it without having
Give Apple money.
Apple money.
Whoa, which we would not advise or tell how to do. We watch our streaming with legitimacies.
I did not fly a pirate flag.
Good, because we find the legitimacies.
I found a backdoor third way to watch it.
Yes, my friend let me link into their computer to see it.
Yeah, pretty much. Who knows?
It's actually you guys wouldn't even you guys couldn't even guess how I did it. So I'm just not even going to get into it.
Yeah, it's okay. He probably flexed about it. Anyways, God, man, someone I saw a meme about this. It's like, he must have, the guy was annoying, but I kind of missed the DVD guy in the, at the gas station. I'm like, you know what? I also missed the DVD guy at the gas station.
Like, man, that guy was cool,
right?
And he always got the best camera angles. Oh man, I remember this one movie. He actually caught a whole fight instead of the actual movie. It was so cool. Like I did it.
I'm mad at Eric
Idle for 20 years.
It's like I'm mad at Eric Idle because I actually had a conversation with him on Twitter, back and forth a little bit, because I went to go see the traveling version of Spam-A-Lot. All right. Mm-hmm. Spam-A-Lot is a great play. I recommend it immensely. But I didn't get to see it on Broadway, where it was meant to be seen with the original cast: David Hyde Pierce, Tim Curry, blah blah blah, Sarah Ramirez, and so somebody had actually filmed it with a head cam, right? And if you go out and look for it, you'll find that exact copy is like the only one you can find anywhere. But that one's everywhere. They're selling it on DVDs places. They're selling it. You can find it on YouTube. I got a copy of it, and that's how I get to watch it now. And I said something to Eric Idle. I said, why don't you just release this and make money on it as a DVD for all the people who couldn't go see it and couldn't go to the theater to see it, and have that way more people can see this great work that you did. And he's like, no, I don't want to do that. And we're thinking about making a movie out of it. And it's just like, seriously, what you had was perfection with Tim Curry, Sarah Ramirez, Hank Azaria, Tim and David Hyde Pierce. That was so funny and so well done and acted and play. You're not going to be able to recreate that. I know you have footage of a production somewhere. Put it together and put it out.
Right.
So he had a big fight with John Cleese about them not making money or something like that. And it's just like, I understand, but guys, you can make some money here. This is not hard.
You don't want to make money that way.
But when you no matter what, no matter how you see it's overhyped or whatever, at least Hamilton released the whole version of the original cast on, at least they released the whole thing so there's people to watch it, and there's a lot of plays that people haven't seen that there because of that.
Oh, definitely. I mean, how many people have seen the new Pippin? I mean, they released the original Pippin on DVD, so you can watch it, and it's great. Ben Vereen, William Catt, and everything. But where are the new one was actually really good. It was a Tony Award nominee and all that stuff. And it's like, okay,
Tony.
wait. I get waiting 3-4 years after it's been out, right? So let it do to Broadway, let it go on the traveling tour, blah blah blah, everything else. But when people start buying copies of it to run in their own high school theaters and stuff like that, put it out on DVD so people can experience it and remember, like relive their experience too. You can't go back and relive it, and that's what's so frustrating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Brian Holm, that's just the breaks. Anyways, hello everybody, welcome to an exciting new episode of Low Key on the We Limited Networks. Hi, I'm your host Harry, aka the Moving Target, and it's going to be an exciting episode. We've been gone for about a month, and we're back to talk about all the crap that has happened because video game in the game industry. Well, apparently, drop a blind eye to it for about less than 30 seconds, and you it just got into crap, and Ubisoft told EA to hold its beer, of this last year.
Exactly.
It's nuts, it's crazy. But anyways, as you guys know, I don't come solo. I always bring a cast of characters with me, so let the voices you're hearing. We've got Brian. Brian, say hi.
Hello, everybody, and thanks for understanding while I was off. It was my birthday and anniversary the last couple of weeks, so I took some well-needed time from this. I also had 2 weeks vacation for work that I ended up working only half time for the whole time instead of full time. So I guess that's considered a vacation.
Yeah.
So that was fun. I'm gonna take 2 weeks off. Oh yeah, we got these 3 projects that are time sensitive. You have to have them done by a certain date, or people get $1 million fines. Oh, I guess I'm not taking full vacation then, am I? Okay. So yeah, that's what I did. So that was my vacation.
That sounds like fun.
Tons of fun. Hey, it's good to be needed.
Exactly. It's good to be
you know what I'm saying?
It's called job security.
Yeah. Yep.
Something like that.
All I hear, they tried AI for 3 months, then called you up.
Whoa. We haven't talked about Microsoft yet. Come on. Pause that.
Yeah, I don't want to, I know people who work at Microsoft. Let's say I know some people who are involved in not working at Microsoft anymore. So yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. That's gonna be a fun conversation.
That's okay. Yeah. HB1 over there. Anyways, we've also got Vincent, the most famous laughs on the network. When you go say hi.
Hey everyone, I'm here. $1,000 poorer because I had to replace a starter in my car. Which is great. Totally awesome.
Just a starter.
Harry couldn't take care of that for you?
I only work on Subaru, sir.
Yeah, I doubt
he's going to Is it a newer car?
It's like an 08. But he didn't want him to drive. Like, he had to drive to my work and then figure out what to do, get it from my job to wherever he needed to be at.
Yeah. And I haven't been drinking. So I would need a beer in my hand, hand him a screwdriver, and call him a dummy and tell him how to jump the starter and hit him with a hand at the same time.
You got a screwdriver. If you got a long screwdriver, you're taken care of. You just jump that sucker and move on down the road.
Yeah, that's why I also like manual transmissions. As long as I get it pushing and moving, I can just jump in and get it started.
Well, it's just I don't know. I don't know what it is like nowadays. I guess on newer. Because replacing a starter is usually like $150 affair. So
the price of the actual starter by itself was like $600.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be your idol.
I can't.
$600 for a starter.
Was that like OEM? You couldn't get an aftermarket? That's what that seems strange to me. But I haven't done this for a while, so
I mean, I didn't have a lot of options of what to do with the vehicle, and I needed to have a vehicle. So
yeah, they had you over a barrel.
Yeah, exactly. I had no no other options. So
yeah. That's the second.
I mean, there's some of the newer cars like the starter. Like there's one car I had, a Sebring that I have is a convertible that. To get to the starter, they had to take half of the engine apart.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Why is this designed this way?
back in my day, started with $17.20. That included back in right 90s. Oh my god.
Yeah, we did. My dad made sure that I would work on my cars myself. If I did something, especially if I messed it up myself, I had to fix it. So I had to fix a dog house on a car. I had to replace a dog house. I had to replace an engine in a car that I blew up. I had to, I bent the A-frame on a car. I had to manually get under there with a jack and a lot of muscle and straighten that sucker out myself. So my dad made sure I took care of my cars myself.
It sounds like a lot of work.
It was a lot of work, but I learned a lot. So
yeah, I mean, but also, as stated, different eras.
Mm-hmm. It's parts and labor. Parts and labor was $600, right? Parts and labor was $600, right?
I think the exact total. I'll give you the full total later, but yeah, it was not fun.
That's fine. This is fun.
Oh, it's not fun, but
it's not. It's not fun.
Yeah,
I'm in a financially stable enough position for this not to be detrimental to my life. So,
yeah, a lot of people aren't able to do that. That's
exactly
that's handy. I know some people like just any little small thing puts them into like. I have a friend of mine who was going to go to one of those check cashing places for loans and stuff. I was like, dude, let me loan you the money. Pay me back when you can. Don't do that to yourself because you're going to get yourself in such a mess that you're never going to get out of it. I know that's what they do. They get you stuck in there and you can't get out.
Mm-hmm.
So bad.
Carousel of sadness. Carousel of sadness.
It's the everybody talks about, and to get on a political rant real quick, but everybody talks about capitalism and everything. It's like, yeah, we don't have a free market system. We have a exploitative system right now, and until that changes, I can't hang with just letting people run all over people like that. And
I don't know.
Yeah. I dislike it too. Yeah, it's the way most people like how you buy and use cars because it is like pressure. Like when I went to get my car fixed like a couple weeks ago, the clutch went out on not the clutch, but the throwout bearing went out, and but I didn't do so I just did the clutch at the exact same time because while you're down there, and guys charged me like $1,500. Like it's not that bad, but I rather just pay $1,500 and do it. But the main thing was worse about it was like the other stuff they was trying to tack on to it. It was like, well, $500 do your brakes. It was like, what? Excuse me? Yeah, $500. I'll do the brakes. I'm like, I'm good, but you need backs really bad. Cool, then I'll do it.
Oh,
what? $500, dude. I could EBC green stuff, front, rear. I don't even have to look. But what about your rotors? At $500, I'll just buy new rotors, dude. I can just buy myself new rotors.
You buy a brand new pair of rotors for like $50-$75 now.
Right. Yeah. Screw it. $500. I could probably buy a brand new power stop brake kit, slotted disc rotor, sport package, front and rear, and just install it myself on a weekend and still have leftover to go to Mama's and get some beer. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, they will do that. I've been places where they're like, you need your wipers changed. It's gonna be $78, $75. I'm like, seriously, you're gonna charge me that much to replace the wipers? It takes 3 minutes to do. You serious?
Sure. Yeah, seriously. You should just do that for me as a tip.
I can go to AutoZone to put it on for free. What are you talking about?
Right. Yeah. Windshield wiper blades are one of the biggest like cash things that you lose going to like any auto player stuff. If you want to buy windshield wiper blades for your car, here's low key top tip. If you want windshield wiper blades for your car or any parts for your car, the place you get them, you buy these suckers online. Hashtag not sponsored, but Rock Auto, the only parts your car will ever need, rockauto.com. Buy your crap in bulk and just get it from there. You can also get your summer and winter wiper blades for $10. Okay. No, if you think I'll just go to whatever AutoZone, Crap Zone, Tappa,
O'Reilly,
yeah. Just no. The price you're paying for those, you could just buy them online and get a bunch of other auto crap, pay the shipping, get us into your house, and have all the stuff that you need.
Yeah.
It's
the only time I go to those places is when I need something, like I'm working on a car and it's
today.
like, oh, I need this part. I don't have it right now. I need it for tomorrow.
Yeah. And if
otherwise,
you out of
Amazon,
the grace of God have a small town independently owned auto parts shop, first shop there. Okay, they will have the parts for you. They will take care of you. Go there.
They'll charge you an extra fee,
but that extra comes with experience. Okay,
they do take care of you well.
And help.
So I've got a local place. It's a Napa, but it's still run by the people there, right? I mean, so I can go there and I know the people. I can talk to them. So, and there's a hardware store across the street that's like, you talk to the hardware store guy. I know him. I've known him for years. So you go in and having a good conversation with them, and you get good recommendations, and they'll tell you, stay away from this, go do that. We'll take care of it. So, but a lot of times you go to those places and it's just charging you whatever they can get you. You need this special super duper high def, whatever, blah,
Right. Like, I mean,
like going to a Best Buy and trying to buy some TV or something.
So like one thing they like to do is not put your parts on, is because, auto manufacturer, like the mechanics, are supposed to be able to warranty their work, and they don't warranty their work on the parts they don't describe on, right? So that is a big issue when it comes to them, because just from warranty. But if they don't have a warranty, they just want to upcharge you on price. One thing I always just say, like, because of how they are, you demand to see an itemized pricing of the quote that they quote you for. Make sure they don't always go for a quote. Make sure you can leave. Don't let them have.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because you will like find out, like, it's like, well, you mean itemized? I want to know what the part costs and what you charge. How many hours is going to take? Because sometimes you'll find out like they're billing you as much as like a divorce lawyer will at $300 an hour. Like, why am I billed so much for just, it's a car part? It's a car. I don't need your ASE certified mechanic. I'll take the guy in the back that could that's back there eating paste, as long as he can do the job correctly. I don't care. Napa got Napa got hard diff by Gohan. I can't stand this Kid was like, hey, and you're like a 40-year-old planet destroyer. True facts.
That's so stupid. Oh god, Vegeta! I got some windshield wipers for you.
But before we got too far off the deep end, let's get back on task, because I can talk cars all night. But,
yeah, I know you can.
Yeah.
So, do you want to talk about Microsoft first, Ubisoft first, or stop killing games?
Oh, let's go. Let's do Microsoft. Let's go to there. Yeah, the good guys.
All right.
On the list. Good guy, Microsoft.
So, while we were gone, Microsoft laid off 9,000 employees.
In the last 5 years, right?
No. That was at one time.
So one thing to know about Microsoft is they do a certain percentage down cut every year. So they have this internal system inside the company where there's a lot of competition, and you have to be a certain level. And if you fall below, like, if you're in the low 10% of the company, you're on block. You can get pumped out, right? So there's a lot of fighting inside the company for that. There's a lot of stress because of that. That's why I won't go work for them, because of that. So them laying off people is not a big deal. Them laying off this many people was a big deal, and a lot of who they laid off is a big deal.
And on top of that, they had already laid off 6,000 employees in May. So they've laid off 15,000 employees in like the last 3 months.
That's what's laid off. There's there are people who left before this went down. There's a guy named Ned who he was basically the go-to Active Directory guy for years. And if you go and look at like any article written about how the details of how this certain thing works within Active Directory or something else, his name was on it. Ned Pyle's name was there. And he left a year ago to go to a new startup. He'd been there for 20, 30 years. I mean, he was there for a long time. And now I have to read point all my blog links because I was always going to his blog to get information. So it's that sort of stuff that they lost a lot of good people who just got out before this all went down, and then they lost all the other people too. So I know they lost a lot of a gaming company that they were working on. Was it ZeniMax that they screwed over?
We have a lot. The game stuff is ridiculous. Like the game stuff is just so fucking out there that I don't even know where to start with the actual gaming element of it. But the fact that they had recently pumped a bunch of money in for this AI project and then proceeded to slash all these jobs afterwards is not great optics for anyone at all.
So I did listen to Paul Thurrott talk about this, and part of the issue is the reason why they had to do this for the AI thing was because the money they were spending, the capital expense was so high that they had got themselves into a position where they had to cut, and the only place they could cut easily was manpower. So it was an unfortunate underestimation of how much it was going to cost to their cap when they started investing in the AI stuff. So I think they got themselves into hot water there. It wasn't that they put a bunch of money into AI and said we don't need these people anymore because we're going to have AI. But so people are trying to say, well, you fired them because of artificial intelligence, and it was like,
right,
yes and no. They fired them because they got themselves in over their heads with paying for it, not because they were replacing these people with AI.
Right. Like I said, optically, it doesn't look great because if people aren't looking into that point, they're just like, oh, they're replacing all these people with AI. So, and people aren't going to look. A lot of people aren't going to look past that headline of they invested in AI, then they fired a bunch of people. So they're like, oh, they're replacing it with AI. AI's taking jobs, et cetera.
Here's the thing. During the pandemic, they changed who they were getting their support, who they hired to do their support stuff. And to be honest with you, I think the AI probably do a better job.
Not wrong. Okay. Yeah.
So
Microsoft support used to be great. They'd get on the call with you with people, and they'd sit on that thing, and they'd be on there. They would dial in to the back door into the server. You'd plug in an RS-32 cable, and they would get in there and look at the memory, what's happening in the memory as the thing was. They were in it. They knew what they were doing.
Correct.
They outsourced it, and recently, and it's just been so terrible. And I could give you stories. I could tell you stories, and it's like.
Yeah,
I tell people might as well just not,
I'll
figure it out for you. Come hire me. I'll take care of it.
Yeah. Like, I think some of the issues, like even like we had, like, I think I spent like 3 days just going back and forth trying to figure it out. And eventually I did just figure it out on my own as I was just sitting there waiting and going after other thing. And like, oh, I'm in the wrong area. I'm in the wrong direction. These people don't know what they're talking about. I know the answer. I can figure this out.
Yeah.
I can fix this now.
So here's the thing is that there's a certain and I hate to toot my own horn, but this is why I'm good at what I do, is that I understand how to troubleshoot things. I treat like programming and computers like plumbing and electricity. There's a flow. There's a thing where this can be here, this can be here. If it means this and this can't be the problem, right? You have to follow down through the pathing. You'll find out where the problem is. You'll figure it out. A lot of people can't do that. And I will tell you that it's getting to the point where I can go to ChatGPT and get an answer better than I can calling any kind of support.
Brian,
and get me in the right direction.
I hold the patent on all water flowing troubleshooting metaphors.
Yeah, obviously.
I have that patent. Okay. All right.
Don't worry. I just updated it. I just updated it again, by the way. We'll get to that as well.
I have pre-use rights. All right. I used it before it was patented. So I have pre-use rights.
He got great grandfathered in. So back to Microsoft. So we're talking about the gaming element of it. So they canceled an entire Rare game called Everwild that's been in production for a while. They canceled the Perfect Dark.
Spencer said, Well, wasn't that like Spencer's favorite game? He played it all. He's like, "This is
Oh
the
no,
great thing.
we're getting
the
that.
greatest
We're getting
game."
to that. We're getting to that.
That's the ZeniMax one, right? Okay.
Yeah, that is. They canceled the Perfect Dark reboot that they were making from the company that they created called Initiative that had never made a game, and they made this initiative to bring people in to make a game, and they shuttered the game and the studio before their game could ever be made. So, wasting money.
Yep.
And then we have the cancellation of the unannounced ZeniMax MMO, online MMO. ZeniMax are the people who did Elder Scrolls Online.
Mhm.
They are the ones that they were given a bunch of funding to make their own game. And when they were showing it off, Phil Spencer, apparently, according to reports, they had to take the controller from him to continue the meeting because he kept playing it.
Yep. He was
According
Elon
to-
Musking that thing.
Right.
Yeah. Elon Musking that thing.
And then that's not counting. They also cut the Forza studio in half. So there's no more Forza Motorsport games at all. They're getting rid of Motorsport entirely. Yeah, the racing games.
Yeah.
Yes, they're getting rid of all the Motorsport ones that people really loved.
Forza is big. Yeah.
I liked Forza. I never played Forza, but I enjoy watching it. I'm a Gran Turismo or Santa Corsa. Yeah, I drew my line, but I respect Forza.
Right, and then they fired people that were working on their newly announced Halo studios. They fired 4 people in the Halo studios. Mind you, before they could get any game going at all, they already fired people in it. They also cut a bunch of names out of Bethesda and Blizzard because they bought Blizzard on top of everything else, including one of the most surprising ones for a lot of people is that the director of Rare Games, Greg Miles, Mayles, Miles, who has been with Rare since Rare began. He was there when they made their first games and when they started getting popular with Donkey Kong 64 and all the other the Rare games they made. He's also gone. So Rare is just like nothing. So it's just a name now. It's now the Sea of Thieves developer now. That's all they are.
It's IP in a closet.
Yeah.
Didn't they promise not to do this?
Obviously. I mean, why would they promise to not to do something and then not do it? I mean, it's not like one of the last sets of layoffs and cuts they did. They closed the studio for a game that was what they were saying we needed in the market of low cost, high quality games, and they shut that studio down too. Hi-Fi Rush was a massive hit especially for how cheap it was being made. Studio gone, fuck off. But yeah, I think my favorite quote that somebody said was that when Microsoft bought Blizzard, it's like Blizzard took over Microsoft and not the other way around. Like all the internal working and how everybody's acting feels more like Blizzard Entertainment before they were bought than Microsoft before they bought Blizzard.
They got infected by the symbiote known as Blizzard.
So it is insane to see that Microsoft has laid off more people in the last 3 months than the entire gaming industry did last year. Just in that mental perspective. And we were talking about a bunch of layoffs last year too.
Yeah.
Now, that's not all. They weren't all in the gaming industry, of course.
Correct.
Yeah.
No.
They did take a hit. Pretty big hit. So
massive hit. Oh yeah, and they even hit their money makers. So people who are working on Call of Duty and all the Call of Duty S games, they lost developers too. So it's just like they're just losing all these people, and the only thing I can hope for is that they're able to do something like what happened with the developers at Ubisoft that left and made their own game or just any of those creators that were creative and left a thing and made their own studio and made their own game and became successful. That's the only thing we can hope for, but it's not likely.
Yeah, this is Microsoft. I'm
I
sure
mean,
they've.
it could be the
tried to-
better solution because you get more independent companies coming, starting up, and then they're going to be under the thumb of a Bethesda or a Microsoft or a Ubi or whatever.
Correct, but like we depending on how they got released. Do they get released with non-competes?
Right, exactly. Where does all of it land?
Yeah,
Well, like the game that Phil Spencer likes, is that going to be something where he can spin off that to another company, a shell company or whatever, sell the rights to? Remember this is how the company Citrix started. Was they shuttered down there was a work between IBM and Microsoft to put together the new version of the new OS that was going to take over the world, right?
Mhm.
And that fell apart. But the guy who led that effort, who was in charge of that effort,
Mhm.
took that information and the only person who ever had legal rights to the source code for Windows and went and created Citrix.
Yay!
To do what they did. So, and then we ended up with IBM's OS2 and Microsoft's NT4 or 351. That was it. That's how we got those things. Because NT was new technology, blah blah blah. So so that can happen in these deals. Sometimes you'll find somebody who's got enough pull and enough weight, enough cash to make something good come out of it.
Right.
But that doesn't always happen either.
Right. And it's really hard to just stop and look at that because now you have to really worry in the back of your head anything that any of these companies show. Yeah. Because now you have now there's no guarantee that any of these things are safe, even if it has like a bunch of financial backing behind it, right? Like I guess about to say, oh, that Marvel fighting game should be fine, but if Sony goes, nah, we need the money gone, because Concord failed so fucking hard, it's gone. I mean, what can you do? Yep. Yeah, even though it's being funded by Marvel and Sony and Arc System Works, one of them pull out, you're kind of all screwed.
Or just imagine like you're working hardcore, you're working for a company, you get acquired, sandbag time, baby. They're gonna get, no matter what I do, they're gonna get rid of me like 6 months. So sandbag time, baby.
Well, that's like the movie Office Space. They're bringing in consultants. We're on our way out. They're going to let people go. I mean, there's writings on the wall on a lot of that stuff. But
I mean, but then that's also, I feel like a lot of this is also the connection of what the inflation of the gaming market, where they're pumping so much money into budgets of games for so many games over and over. Like the Rare game that they canceled, Everwild, has been in development since 2018. And so they've been building towards it, but then like, oh well, the game is not what they want us to do, so we're gonna switch it to this next console. So we have to switch systems and switch engines and change to make it match that. And it's just this constant state of the game just needs to come out, and if it doesn't, you guys are just gonna keep putting more money in till it comes out. And most of the time, it doesn't succeed when you put more money into this game. And all you're just doing is playing the sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah, pretty much.
And speaking of sunk cost fallacy, Ubisoft. So Ubisoft in their financial reports said that the reason microtransactions are in the game is that because the microtransactions makes the player experience more fun.
Yeah.
It's more fun to spend money on your games. Don't you understand? Yes, we know that there was 5 generations of consoles that didn't have microtransactions.
Yeah.
They had whole other games you had to drop and buy a brand new game, which you made money from because they made a new game. And so you had new content to play. No, those are all dumb and stupid. Right. Those aren't games that people still talk about to this day or anything. It's not like, Half-Life had sequels and not microtransactions or anything. Yeah. It's not like Portal had a sequel and not microtransactions or anything. It's not like Chrono Trigger had like its own game and then a re-release and then another re-release.
I'm just saying, I think Final Fantasy would have been better if you just put summons behind
Paywalls?
paywalls,
Oh my god.
Chocobo loot
Oh my
box mechanics.
Chocobo loot boxes would fucking kill me. I mean,
Should've bought Sid's Battle Pass.
I mean, people are willing to spend money on fictional horse girls to horse race. So I mean, Chocobo thing probably works. That's that thing. They would probably work.
Please reject these modern horse girls. Brace your tradition.
I knew it. Fucking
Rarity.
goddamn.
Okay.
But yeah,
Remember what they took from you.
Yeah.
What you don't you want to play a game that's just horse racing, but you're instead of betting on the races, you're spending real money to buy fake horses to race?
Yes. It sounds awesome, right?
Garbage. Fuck out of here.
Hey, people pay money to play fantasy football. I mean, come on.
Yeah, people buy Madden every year to play the fucking ultimate teams.
That's fine. Next week we'll just talk about how they try to put microtransactions in Dungeons and Dragons, but that's another story. But anyways, back to Ubisoft.
Yeah,
piece of crap Ubisoft.
So their argument by why they want to keep pumping microtransactions, even though fans hate them, is that it's for the player experience. So monetization and engagement policies that respect the player's experience feels like a half-hearted attempt to avoid more reviled pay-to-win strategies. So basically, they're just saying things like, "Oh no, it's not. It's just to make it more fun, guys. We're putting important things behind paywalls." Do you know what happened with Asura's Wrath?
No, what's that? The
game Asura's Wrath is a Capcom game.
Okay.
The ending was DLC. You played the entire game. The actual ending of the narrative, the last chapter of the game, DLC. So it's
you want good ending?
Oh, you want actual ending? Like, oh yeah, we left it on a cliffhanger, but if you want to know what happens,
oh man, that's old way of thinking. Endings as a service, okay? Subscribe to the ending.
I hate it. Oh, I hate it.
You should have had the annual pass. You would have got that, right?
Yeah, exactly. You gotta subscribe for the ending.
Bro, yeah. Oh, that's so shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, microtransactions are for player fun, guys.
Just wait for Madden makes you pay for the Super Bowl.
Here's the thing in my head, right? I'm looking at what Abigail put about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
And I just realized that we're just going back to arcade. I pay for lives, bro. What? Yeah. I know you paid $60 for this game. You need to pay for lives.
Yeah. Well, that's the main reason why a lot of people are like, well, why do arcades die? It's like because this gaming experience was taking our money. Like the games were hard, but it kept progressively taking more and more money from us. It was fine. It was like a cheap little quarter thing, but once the game's like, $1, $1.25, $1.50, $2, I'm like,
well, and the other thing was too is that when you started being able to play those games in your house, going to the arcade wasn't as much of it was still kind of a thing to do, but it wasn't going to because that's the only place you could go play, right? So then they started not having as many people there, then the experience got less and less, and then wipe money into those games anymore.
But you can see in the early console days, they had the same mentality for arcade games as they had for console games because that's what they knew how to make. So that's why there's the whole thing of Nintendo Hard, where the game, if you know how to play, is only like a half an hour long, but like every 2 seconds of the game, you have to dodge the most ridiculous shit they can think of. It's like, nah, bro, Ninja Gaiden is totally fair. Yeah, we know we made the last boss insanely hard, and if you die, you go back to the beginning of all these stages, and you don't get another shot at it until you beat the stage again. Don't worry about it.
Just pay us.
Have your one continue.
Yep. But like, yeah. But I kind of see like in a way, like so a free-to-play game where you have to pay for customizations. I kind of get that, right? I kind of like that aspect of it a little bit, you know. But it never stays that way. They get greedy eventually because they, you know, like, oh, pay us extra for extra boosts or extra levels. You know, it slowly creeps in there because it just realized, like, man, they're just paying us money for like these, you know, outfits. Just throw in something non-essential, you know. But it's essential. But because like I know that the first week of Becca Break, Abaca paid money for a paint job just to really just make himself blend into the background. this black color, just like you can't see this thing, you know. Oopsie.
And that's like the hardest part for a lot of those games. A lot of the free to play like 5-on-5 games. So like in League of Legends, there are certain characters that you play this specific skin because their particle effects match the map, so it's harder to figure out what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or I mean, in Paladins, there are plenty of characters that, like, in this one map, if you pick this one skin, you're in a position that's really hard to see you.
Yeah. It is kind of annoying, but like I think the art of the game making is also taken out when it is concentrated on just making money through microtransactions, because they're not really to like enhance the experience. You know, they are just to fleece people out of different experiences.
Right. Yeah. Like, I mean, it's like I always come back to Marvel Rivals because I play that one the most.
Mm-hmm.
But you technically don't have to pay a dime to do anything in that game.
Right.
All the characters are free. All the updates are free. Everything you want is free. And any bonus things you want, the game is just like, here's all these costumes and sprays and shit that are not important.
Right.
Yeah, I know you want the black suit Spider-Man doing the dance from Spider-Man 3, which they did add into the game, which is fucking hilarious.
Shredded, nice.
Just the dance, yeah, they added that in there, yeah, because it's fucking ridiculous.
That's right.
but it's like, oh yeah, no, but you're just pulling onto the nostalgia part of that. That's why people want those things. Because at least from what I can tell, the actual core mechanics of the game don't get affected by skins or any of the extra bonus stuff.
But Ubisoft has like tried and failed, and like they're constantly trying to get things over.
Oh, absolutely.
They're focusing on this aspect of it. Like, well, how do we charge this? How do we charge?
Right, money. We do money.
It's like,
but you guys didn't buy our 3 NFT games.
Yeah, which I understand. They are a business. They need to make money. But the other thing is you also need to entertain. And if you can entertain, then you're not getting the money, right? And the other thing is, like, I get into that, like, hey, servers cost money. They sure do. No one asked you to host the game servers. You can talk to, there are people like me that have been hosting game servers for decades. We don't need you to host these for us.
Well, thank you, Harry. Let's make this hard, easy transition into the Stop Killing Games initiative, because that's exactly what they fucking want. That's what that whole thing is. The whole premise of So people who don't know, there's this guy named Ross Scott. He did this whole petition in the EU to call it Stop Killing Games, and then in the UK it's called Stop Destroying Games, I think, but because he had to pick like different names. But the whole premise is that when a game is created, especially a live service game, they have to have an end of life plan.
Yes.
When the game is going to go offline, they have to have a plan for the people who are playing this game to have a way to play it.
Yep. Yes.
Be it that you let us on their own servers, that the game just is given out to people. However, they need to give us a concrete plan on what happens when the game dies.
Right.
When the game is over, how do we continue to play it?
Correct.
And it is hilarious knowing that this got to where it is now because of one guy on YouTube who completely misrepresented the point and then became a lolcow. If you guys haven't looked at any of the pirate software stuff, some of that
Pirate
shit
software,
fucking
man.
hilarious. Fucking hilarious.
I'm
I
a
didn't
fan
have the
of
mana.
pirate
I didn't
software.
have the mana, bro. I didn't have the mana.
I'm a fan of pirate software, but he's got himself in some hot water lately. But
Uh,
just not being able to admit that he might be wrong. Just saying.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, he got himself in trouble in the whole stop destroying games things because he's a game developer and he's trying to say, hey, there's another side to this that you're not paying it, and nobody wants to hear it from him.
No, here's
So
they're done with the issue is right. The issue is that he was falsely representing what Stop Killing Games is.
Right.
The way that Pirate Software put it out there was that the way he said it is that his interpretation of what Stop Killing Games is that the developers have to have a way to make this game a single player game for you to continue to play when the game dies. That's not what this is about. It specifically states that that's not what they want to do. They don't want to force the companies to keep the servers up. They don't want to force the company to spend all this money and time to change the game. They just want to have a concrete, when this game is over, we have a way to continue to play it. That's it. And then the way he interpreted it is like, oh, if you want that, then there's not going to be any live service games anymore because they don't want to do that. Why would they make a game where you're going to force them to change the game at the end? It's like, no, we don't want that. We just want to be able to play the game.
Right.
Because imagine how many games are just gone if that didn't happen, if people didn't release the source code. We talk about Dirty Bomb all the time about the imagine if they just went, okay, Dirty Bomb's gone and they take the code with them. And then there's no one can play it ever.
Yep. Yeah, Dirty Bomb, S4 League. Right.
There are people who play
City of Heroes,
Metal Gear Online on the PS3. People have found ways to make it work.
Well, the Dirty Bomb 2 thing came out of the fact that it was the people who made Return to Castle Wolfenstein 3 after End of Life and extended it, right? So they made it something where people were making tournaments and playing games, but the game had been over and done for years.
Right.
So that's why it was like, okay, if you're going to do this, that a lot of people were mad because they didn't do some of the things they thought they should do, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But they did, at the end of the day, they did still say, hey, as long as you're willing to pay for the servers, we'll let you, keep going with it. So
right, because like if you compare it to like, let's say you bought Concord, like they say you were hyped about Concord, and you bought the disc of Concord, and you put it in your console, and the game doesn't work anymore because the game's is gone. Your disc is basically a coaster now.
Yeah,
you paid the money to play it, and now it's gone.
It's also a compromise too, in the fact is, hey, as long as you're willing to pay for the servers, the game will be out there for you to play. But if no one, if it goes to a dead state so much that nobody's willing to pay that money for the servers, okay, then it goes away.
Right, exactly.
That's kind of a compromise.
It's a way to preserve the games. We just need them to give us a plan when they start a game of what they're going to do when it ends.
Right.
So or it's like, hey, when this game ends, we need somebody to pay us for the server, and then somebody will go, cool, I love this game. I'll get a group of these people that I know really love this game, and we'll pay to keep this server going.
Yep.
Right. Or they'll be like, hey, when this game is through, we release the source code.
Yeah.
That's all they want.
Yeah.
That's all this is about, is having a concrete answer to what happens when I pay the $60 to buy this game, or the $40, or get it on Steam sale for $10 or whatever, that I can continue to play this game.
Here's the situation. If it was, I can just imagine if WildStar had done that, I could still be playing WildStar.
Yeah, that's my point.
Or just give you like a breakdown, like, hey, we're going to shut the servers down on this day. Because that's the type of thing, like, when it comes to a lot of people with Pallet, because it's like, well, it is a dead game, but like, well, how long are the servers going to be on? We have no idea. They told us like, oh, it's going to be 2 years, 3 years, 4 or 5.
Like I'd pay money. Like, so there's a joke going around that there's a Dirty Bombs 3, or not a Dirty Bomb. There's a Guild Wars 3 coming out. Now that's a misunderstanding of something that Japanese of somebody said in English that misconstrued. You know, it's not really what they think it is. So, but they're like, okay, if that why am I spending money on Guild Wars 2 if Guild Wars 3 is coming out? And when's it coming out? And everybody's trying to figure all this out. It's like, first of all, it's not going away. But what if that were the case, though? Right? They're afraid that they're going to, if they say, hey, we're going to end it on this date, that the money's just going to dry up.
Yes,
because nobody's going to put money into a game that's going away.
Yes.
So,
and I don't want to pay money for something that's going to dry up.
Right. Or but because that also, it becomes this whole other argument of, if I'm buying a game that can go away, that means I don't own it. Yeah. Meaning that, what is the point of me paying for it if I'm going to pay $60 for a disc I can keep in my house to put in my console to play it, or download the executables or any of the other stuff? If I'm spending the $60 and you're telling me it's 80. Gone, we'll say 60 because that's how much the Crew was, because that's the game that got that's the game that got completely removed from people's libraries.
Yeah,
and that if you tried to open it, the launcher would go, why don't you try some of our other games instead of that one?
Well, they did that
because
with
fuck you, Ubisoft.
Oh, did you see the Suicide Squad versus Justice League is still full price?
That's fucking disgusting.
So there's games I bought like on Xbox that were like Magic the Gathering 2004, 2000 whatever. That one just went away. There was a poker game that was really popular and a lot of fun. A lot of people played. Just went away. Then one day they said, "Yeah, we're just done," and you can't play it anymore. And I paid for that game. It's in my library, but I can't. When I try to run it, it just dies. It doesn't go anywhere because the game doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
right. And that's the
frustrating. Yeah.
And even though this is just set in the EU and the UK as of now, we've seen that this has had massive pressure on other companies before, because that's what happened with the fucking lightning cable with Apple. And that's why the lightning cable had to get switched to USB-C, because the UK said, no, fuck that. That shit's dumb.
The EU said, you can't do that.
Yeah, so like.
And the Apple cap that's coming out this year, we were going to make a portless phone and make it the thinnest possible, but the EU prevented us.
but like, and we've already had people in Parliament who agree with this thing in Europe, and they're like, yes, we should. If you're a gamer, you should also support this. And it's to this point where you can see that the game companies are worried.
Well, and it's kind of sneaky how this happens too, where you have California did this for years, where they'd say, okay, we demand that you have these certain regulations on cars, right? So people wouldn't just do a different car version for California; they would just do it for everybody. So that's how they got away with getting, there's certain places that don't want to have any regulations in the United States. So if Europe's doing it and making them do it, then they're not going to do two different versions. And
exactly.
And that's how people are like, we still get what we want. We can still claim to be against regulations, but we're letting somebody else take care of enforcing that for us.
Precisely. And they have people that really care about this. They're really pushing to have this happen.
I'm against regulations, but I also need someone to help defend me against the fraud of these companies. Defrauding me, saying
that's the thing is that a lot of people, I have so many fights with people on this, but they want a free market. I'm like, oh, so you don't want any laws against fraud? Oh no, there should be laws against fraud. I said, so you want a regulated market, you just want it regulated the way you want it to be regulated. That's one. It's like you can't have it both ways. So you have to accept the fact that you're wanting some regulations, and then it gets to the point of which ones are good. And sometimes protecting the consumer is not a bad thing.
Correct.
And getting rid of the Consumer Protection Bureau that is happening now is a really bad idea, because all you're doing is just giving companies free rein to screw people over.
Speaking of companies,
they already do enough of that.
Speaking of companies screwing everybody over, just like this. just like this fight hasn't been over. So, speaking of Steam and getting things, their payment process being attacked. To go ahead and going after some of their games. 1,000 Abacabros cry out pain and anguish.
So, I do have this here.
Okay.
I pulled up the article about it. So, basically, they changed their rules and guidelines to add a part that is Rule 15, which is content that may violate the rules and standards set forth by Steam's payment processors and related card networks and banks or internet network providers aren't allowed. In particular, any kind certain kinds of adult only content.
Correct.
Right, and going through the update from the database and the people who have been able to look at what the database stuff is, a lot of the things that got pulled are sex simulators involving family members and owning people.
Yes.
In particular.
Yes.
And then there is a couple that seem like they got removed with no reason, but it looks like that's the categories that they're looking at right now.
Right. So they don't care about the Alabama market. Okay, we get that.
SKG's Lays says, first they came for the Gooners, and I did not speak out because I was not a Gooner.
Agreed. But this whole payment processing thing is ridiculous. They've been doing this for so many things.
Yes.
Harry, you know.
Yes.
I'll let you go more into depth about the actual history of this stuff with other markets.
Yeah, so this has been going on for decades. This started with I'm still at the early time with people going into the payment processor for gun manufacturers because like the whole gun, they were also using it as backdoor gun control. If y'all remember, like Alex Jones used to rant about this too, like because a lot of gun manufacturers, when they try to get online or just try to sell things at marketplaces or even at gun shows, they were trying to go through and remove your ability to purchase these things with Visa, MasterCard, or just trying to limit the amount of ammunition or stuff that you could buy using these payment processors. Let's see, even Cody Wilson in making the Ghost Gunner, he famously got hit by this one because Visa they were trying to go after his payment processor to stop people being able to buy 3D printed, basically the 3D printed Ghost Gun, but basically but it's something that people have been able to do for years. If you had a CNC machine or just, I don't know, woodworking tools, guns aren't magic; they're made by science. Okay, but it's been going after all the different things like the whole.
I can give you a great example.
What's up? Go ahead.
Black Monday, online poker destroyed because they went after the payment servicers. You could not deposit money into one of the sites. The banks would get hit for that. So that's how they're handling that. It's like they're just telling people they can't do something that they want to do,
correct? Because
they think they know better than it,
right?
But they're doing it by that, and they also seize domain names for people. Like, how do you seize somebody's domain name, right? I mean that one really got me.
Correct. Yeah, and it's not violating any laws or any regulations. It's more of like the internal companies you have to deal with, that you're forced to deal with, that you're, like you go against their terms. You go against the terms of service. And that's why I always tell people, it's like the whole cashless society scares the crap out of me, because the backdrop to any of this, like, I don't need the payment processor, I'll just use physical cash, because, you have to move money around somehow. And this is what was supposed to be. This brings me, the rages me to a lot of it, because this was the promise, the dream of the blockchain was brought to me about, to free us from the binds and chains of Visa, MasterCard, the Stripe card system, right? And watching these people just do the same thing, the same crypto people, the crypto bros they were setting up the exact same systems, and I don't understand why it's worth so much, because this is the exact same thing. You might as well just have USD or any other currency, Yeah,
we're gonna have the federal government do crypto. I'm like, that was the whole purpose, was to get them out of, not have them in it. I mean,
not that.
it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, no sense. Makes no sense to have them in it. The idea, then you even try to get the cryptocurrency because you saw about the domain name thing. Yeah, we were trying to get Meowbit up the line to get the get away from the whole ICANN system. You know, like no. I have my top level domain. It's my domain. I own it. I own it. You shows it right there. I bought it on the blockchain. It's my domain. You know, it's. But you couldn't get these people to understand like the need for it. It was like, you will. The walls are up now. You know, the time that we needed to prepare for that is long since gone. You know, and all these. I'm sorry, like right-wing grifters are like, oh, I didn't see this coming. It's like, because you haven't been paying attention. You just been counting your stupid cash. So mad at you guys. You know, you came over to our buffet and like grabbed our things and just said like, this is how we want it. But it's like, it's
suddenly I'm one of the elites, and now the elites shouldn't be treated so badly.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Abracabro, I just.
It just fucking goes, and I'm running, and I was just like trying not to fucking cut you guys off immediately, but calling it the Black Lotus Lagooning is the funniest shit.
I can't. Just reading ahead, like
yeah, and he's like, "Oh, let me move this up. Look at this."
No, yeah. So cryptocurrency was supposed to save us from this. It can't at this point. It can't.
Because what they did was that they took the thing they didn't like and then just made it because they didn't know what else to do.
Yeah,
because it felt like that's all. They're like, we want to be different. How do we be different? I know. Let's be the same.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, just like I tell people, it was like, do you not believe in crypto? I was like, I do believe in cryptocurrency. I just don't believe in BTC. Don't believe into it. It's useless. It's useless. It's just a labubu. It's a very expensive digital labubu. You know, it is just like a labubu or Beanie Baby or, you know, it's. I do believe in competitive currencies. I believe in crypto, but like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. If I'm gonna have a bubble fiat currency, I'll just have the one I can actually use quietly. You know,
at least I can just go back to bartering if we have to. I mean, come on.
Hey, at least if I give someone $20 for services rendered, the only person that knows that we did it is us and our phones.
Yeah.
Well, everybody just freaks out about the fiat currency and money thing. All money is a placeholder. It's not really anything itself, and that's what irritates the most out of me. It's just we're agreeing that this service is worth this much, and that's how much people are willing to pay for it.
All right, Vincent, if you need to go take a bath, I'm going to trickle right on real quick. At least the fiat currency up until the Fed chair gets fired. All right, let's go. Right, it'll be like 3 hours. We get tired.
I just love we talk about everybody's. Oh, we talk about
there it is.
We can come back next week. It'll still be. Here.
No, the whole Fed thing really irritates me just because people don't understand half of what they're talking about when they go in the Fed. Okay, whatever. You don't know what you're saying, so I'll ignore you from now on. And it's like, oh, we want to end the Fed, but let's give the president control over it. It's like, oh, the government has like limited control over it now. You just want to give them more control over it, and you're saying you don't want a central bank, and you're just making it more of a central bank at that point.
I think the thing that really helped me with the Fed thing was going to PorcFest, and I was like, end the Fed, and they were like, all right, end it. What? But like, you don't have to participate. What? You can have competing currencies. You just ignore it. What? Look, it's gone. Just don't use the currency. Don't even exit you because you want to use their currency. Can't have both. Just use a different one. I'm like, right. I can do what I want. I can end anytime I want. I can play with it anytime I want.
The problem with the Fed isn't that it's that people are running it, and the people who are running it made mistakes from time to time.
Yeah.
And if they weren't given the mandate from the government to try to do two competing things at the same time, try to control inflation and try to control unemployment, which you kind of have to have one or the other is really competing against each other at that point. So you
Mhm.
put them in an unwinnable position, and then they
Yep.
screw up with things like how they responded to the Great Depression,
Yep.
and so those things are bad. But when we didn't have a Fed, things were pretty crappy too.
Pretty worse. Yeah.
There was a thing
And-
called the Great Depression before the
Yeah.
Great Depression happened.
And that's all before like the US dollar was the world reserve currency.
Oh yeah,
So like
which people hate that. Well, we shouldn't be the world's reserve currency. Really? We
brother,
wouldn't be the country we are now. I mean,
I'd rather my currency be the world reserve currency than anyone else's. It's one of those like when
yeah,
we want
it's
to
like they gives us so
definitely
much
can't be crypto.
power that has caused problems because we abused and misused that power. But somebody else could be having that power, and like China could have that power now. And how would it be then if they had it? So I think we'd be better off than them having it. So who else do you want to have it? Who you want to have that power other than us? Because I don't think we want China or Russia to have it.
Yeah,
and that's what we're leading towards if we don't stop this nonsense.
I don't know really do that. Thankfully, the BRICS nations are evil and incompetent at the exact same time. So the only nation we really should worry about, the only nation we should probably worry about is of the BRICS is India. But they have their other problems that they deal with, and if they deal with those problems, just like Ohio, they should be feared. But Ohio won't understand how to become powerful. Neither will India. They won't think about it. They're just like, no, we don't do that. That's what makes us strong. Okay.
So speaking of powerful and incompetent, Nintendo. Pull us back into it. We got one more gaming related thing to talk about before we get out of here. Before you guys start leading to something else. So we've talked about Nintendo suing the game Power World for patents, right?
Yeah.
So it turns out during the lawsuit, Nintendo changed the patent.
It's perfectly normal.
During the lawsuit, they went in and changed things in their patent that they were saying that they were infringing on to go. Well, now it's even more so what you guys can will lose. But it's like now you guys look extra incompetent by going like, well, you didn't have a case to begin with. Now you don't. You especially don't have a case because the original evidence you changed it to try to fit your narrative better. So now people are. So now you're just looking at a fucking black hole of, did we make the right decision? I guess not. We should just, you know what? We should make game $75 to make up for this. Oh god. But yeah, no, they updated their patent during the lawsuit. And it's like, oh well, they just changed some of the language in order to make it more confusing, to try to obfuscate more, to try to make it where it's like, well, it's still the same copyright, but we made it so it's harder to tell exactly what it's written for. This is like bruh.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what like if you're gonna patent troll, at least patent troll correctly.
Well, like their goal is to patent troll. It's to run Power World out of money.
Right, but now they're getting fucking crossovers. Like, hey guys, guess what? Terraria paid us money to put their things in our game.
Yeah, because like I'm sure like there's other creators like the devs like they want Power World to defeat Nintendo,
right.
and it looks like in Japan Power World might get banned. In Japan, because just how Japan is, they probably aren't going to win in Japan. But they make money in the U.S., and the U.S. are probably going to win.
Right.
And that's what matters. And, what the world was going to rejoice is like, oh, this is how we beat Nintendo. We just let them stay on their little island. Fine.
Right.
You can have your island.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where the thing that they're arguing isn't even like the thing that people claim that Power World was copying.
Yeah.
We talked about, they're not copying. They're like, oh, your designs are similar. It's like, no, here's your mechanics that we patented recently, and now we've changed the patent to make it even more confusing because the thing that we were originally arguing wasn't strong enough in the patent.
Right.
So we're gonna make it worse.
Because earlier on, they had to probably have the opportunity to buy this company up, tell them to remove the guns, make it a Pokemon game, and then it just went, and no one would have heard of it. The guns, all the other stuff. No, that would have been like a fun thing. You would have been running around Johto having fun.
Yeah, it would have been an actual.
Or what's the island region?
Which island region? I mean, the first 4 are all based off of Japan. So
whatever.
So the first 4 are based off of Japan. There's one that's based off of Ireland. There's one that's based off of New York. One's based off Hawaii. Like you, literally, almost all of them are islands.
Shanghai's famous Dublin district.
I mean, if you look at it like in a broad macro sense, the United States is an island, right?
Whoa! First off, we're on the island. If you take the Mississippi River and the lakes, is it?
You're talking about the one with too much water?
Yeah, the one with all the Turtle Island. I don't know. Anyways, but no, and they probably could have, because they were probably at the lowest while they're developing this game and have no idea what they're going to sell for. They could have just bought it, turned it into a Pokemon game, and didn't have to deal with it. There's like, we'll just shoot them. Like, well, why? You could have, and that could have been on the PC market and just freaking took over. Like, it would have been on every Steam, because granted, it would have sold Steam Decks because more people wanted a PC powered, Pokemon game. It's just the idea that like I could play Pokemon and I don't have to be hindered by the power of the Switch. I've got 4K graphics and let's see what
I got 4K graphics when I'm moving around. I don't have to dock it for 4K.
Yeah, I can move around and get 4K, and then wait for the VR to come out, and then I can actually see my Dynamax Jigglypuff in real life. Dynamax Jigglypuff.
Oh man, I love the fact that you know. I love the fact that you know some Pokemon connected things, and that none of them actually connect together.
I've got
none of them do.
I got things. See, like I'm gonna I come with this great So like I think I was playing with the kids, and I was a villain. I completely just stole a plot from Naruto, and I was just like, I'd use my Dynamax Jigglypuff to put the world to sleep into an endless sleep lullaby.
That's so stupid. I hate it so much. I mean, hey, they don't know. I mean, you gotta tell them stories some way.
It's fun. This is fun. Like, we won't let you.
That's so stupid.
Oh man.
But yeah, no, it's Nintendo being dumb. They're still making money hand over fist because people bought the Switch 2 in droves, and then they played Mario Kart World, and then Mario Kart. Then they updated Mario Kart World and pissed off their players.
What?
So in Mario Kart World, when you played online, people just wanted to do the races. They just wanted to race each other on the mat on the tracks. Well, they updated it, so if you pick random, they weighed what kind of tracks you would get, and you would have to get the ones where you do one lap and then drive somewhere else and do a lap there and drive somewhere else and do a lap there. So they forced people to do that if they didn't go out of their way to choose something specific. And people didn't like that. They thought it was an interesting idea, but if they wanted to race, they wanted to fucking race.
So we got it for us to race.
Not I'm racing and then I gotta drive somewhere fucking else.
God, they're gonna make Super Smash Brothers online. You've gotta train first and then do some of these mini games. Then you can go back to the fight.
Oh my god, that would be fucking awful.
Nah, bro, I just want to smash people.
To be fair, they attempted to do that on the when they did Smash 4 on the DS, on the 3DS. They basically had like a mini game thing where it was basically the adventure mode from Melee, and you got like a bunch of stat stuff, and then you went into a battle with all the stats you got. They did try that. People didn't play that mode a lot, and it went away instantly. But they did do that.
Okay.
Well. They tried, failed, and they tried again, and now they're failing again because it's Nintendo.
It is Nintendo.
So games are on fire. Find devs that you like that make smaller games that are interesting.
Yep.
That's all you really can ask for. Find the hidden gem games, and hopefully they aren't adult only in a very weird category.
Sport PC, GOG games, and Steam is still cool because they still let you take your Steam games and make them GOG games. Still let you do that. So
I mean, when Date Everything came out, people really liked that game. This is an indie studio making a game where you date all the furniture in your house.
Yeah, just date everything.
They made that game. People really loved it. It came out and it was awesome.
Yeah. Or Peak. Hey man, what we do? We just climbing mountains. We just climb
this fucking mountain, bro.
Just climbing mountains, man. I was like, what? It's like, with Repo, what are we doing? It's like we just grabbing stuff in the dark. It's just moving stuff around. It's like,
a lot. That's what a lot of these like. That's what Among Us was. Among Us was just a game, but Among Us had been out for like 5 years before it got big because of COVID.
Yep.
It would just been around, and then it finally hit its market. You know.
Yeah. Get enough people. You know. Hey, like I honestly like. I still love watching like people play Fall Guys. I love watching Fall Guys. The game is so old now.
Yeah, absolutely.
But to me, I find it hilarious. I love watching Fall Guys.
Well, I like playing it. I still have. I haven't played it for a while, but it was a fun game to play.
Yeah.
By the way, Harry, we missed it. We should have jumped on it when we talked about it, when we joked about it. After Balatro, they've literally just made a bunch of roguelikes or just other games. There's a Scrabble Balatro where it's a puzzle game. There's chess Balatro. There's Uno Balatro. I mean, we should have. There's Peggle Balatro. I mean, we should have did it. We should have just did it. We should have just made a game that is any of these other random shit.
Yeah, because yeah.
I'm telling you, Clue Balatro would go hard.
Oh man, no, I think what I really need to do is get some female voice actors and just do basic car maintenance roguelikes and just teach people car maintenance.
Car maintenance. Well, you can have power-ups and shit.
Power-ups, and then here's the biggest kicker. I'm going to sell different versions per car.
That's how. I think you should do different versions per car manufacturer. Because you can't bleed them too dry.
Or you get your subscription service, and then you get access to the whole.
All right, Ubisoft, calm it down. All right, Ubisoft, calm it down.
You want the microtransaction? We'll show you how to do that. This is a 8-hour job, but if you pay us extra, we'll show you how to do it at 6.
No, what you do is this is how you take the engine apart. This is how you put everything over to the side. And if you want to see the reassembly instructions, click on this link. And
oh, that's fucking awful. That's fucking awful. But yeah, no, it's people making, like, telling you, we should have just jumped on it. We were joking about it. Freaking Hangman Balatro.
See, told you. Sit right there. Anyway.
That one didn't exist. I'm just saying.
It's probably someone's probably already making it.
All I know is that I don't know why they put Uno in Vegas, and some people are gonna die.
I honestly, D&D's probably gonna come to Vegas soon, shortly.
I would take that, but Uno though, because just watch. Somebody's like, I play Uno all the time. I went at home all the time. Show up, like, oh, we don't do stacks. What? Nah, that's not the rules at this table. You don't
do
do
that.
stacks.
Yeah, because I didn't have
They'll
Monopoly
have
too.
different tables though. Because you look at the poker,
They'll
how many
have to.
variant pokers
They'd
there
have
are.
to.
Yeah.
They'd have, like this is every like what like oh these are the Uno flip tables.
Mm.
Like no.
Mm.
Just I just love
You'd have a Monopoly table where the free parking actually goes to the person who let you know.
I just love so many memes from the Uno poker table. It's like when you get hit with that third skip and the guy pulls the gun. Yeah, hit that third skip in a row and your life savings are on the line.
And then you get hit with the triple draw fours. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, man. No. Just wait till it's sorry, okay?
Sorry and trouble are two good
Oh
ones.
man, don't break the ice, okay?
Shoots and ladders, life.
Oh, man, shoots.
Well, Shoots and Ladders would be terrible.
God, man.
Oh, bro. All I know is
you could play life where you actually had
being real
you put the
life
money
being
in at the
hilarious.
beginning.
Mm.
Like you put the stake in at the beginning for life, and whoever wins the most at the end is they take on what you earned during the game. So that'll get cutthroat.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Any board game will become cutthroat if you put real money on it.
All right.
If you tell me that we're gonna play Monopoly for money,
Yeah.
There's no bartering.
We get a bunch of drunk guys, right? And it's pin the tail of the donkey, and you bet how close they're getting to the donkey tail, and you set the drunk guys loose. Oh man! All right, we're gonna do that on Twitch.
It's hit the pinata, and you get to double. Like you get to increase how much you make for every spin. Every like 3 spins. Every time they spin you 3 times, you get more money.
Hold on, you're onto something. Sweet, it's pinata, right? But we also bring in like some MLB Hall of Famers in, right, to come do this. So you pay for that. You pay for these extras. Anyways, all right, we're getting off the rails here. It's getting late. This episode's getting really long in the tooth for us to come back. So, if you made it this far in the episode, thank you. You're a true key holder, and if you're still listening to us after a hiatus, freaking awesome. Thanks for coming back. This is a live recording of our podcast, which is on 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. I understand we're also on a podcast network, and none of you guys like listening to us live, but that's okay. You guys, there's the 350 plus of you guys who download this podcast when Spangle actually releases it. We thank you.
We're here to record it.
And we're here to record it. Yeah. We thank you. But you can watch us live at twitch.tv/wearelibertarians with the letter R, or youtube.com/wearelibertarians. Come hang out with us live. It's a lot of fun. Do you guys have anything to say? If not, I'm gonna hit the end stream button.
For just a solid recommendation, if you guys want to spend the money on it, buy Void Stranger. Looks like it's a really fun game. It's very Game Boy. It's like original Game Boy art style, and it's a puzzle game that is very interesting and way deeper than it appears.
Mm-hmm. Also, if you are looking for new games that are coming out, Muckluck recently did a version a series where he played a bunch of demo games or they're on Steam, and he's got his play styles or his play of them on YouTube, plus his opinions and things like that too. So you can find some new games that are coming out that way as well.
All right. Thanks for the game recommendations, and hey, everyone, be kind to each other out there. It's getting rough. See, bye.